So AMC just released a mini trailer for The Walking Dead Season 10C. These are the extra 6 episodes we're getting on February the 28th. It was a really interesting and cool trailer, like just judging from these shots, this could make Season 10 the best season. So it was like a trailer of a collection of behind the scenes shots, but at the same time, these are actual scenes that are going to happen. And that's why it almost looks like a movie. Now, I don't think this is how it's actually going to look when they start airing. But this is a similar thing that I think Season 11 would actually do. You know how World Beyond looks and how Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead looks? Like that. Because it's the final season after all. This trailer shows us so much from what we're going to see in these 6 episodes. So let's start breaking it down. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. In this popular PC and mobile game, you'll be taking part in an epic war that's been happening for years. You'll discover prophecies, curses, betrayals, and play with as many as 16 different factions, such as wizards, dwarves, orcs, and undead hordes. My main go-to faction is the Sacred Order because they're the most human you can get. And believe it or not, I do like a bit of realism. More or less, the Sacred Order are a bunch of knights banded together during one of the massive wars to form an order dedicated to the Maya and tasked with eradicating evil. The main champion I use right now is Aethel at level 4 with 3 stars. Now 3 stars isn't the best, but I've racked off enough experience to make her even better, and trust me, when you're fighting against the Raid community, you're gonna need it. Raid is constantly bringing out new champions. Here's some concept art for the many champions still yet to come out. Look how cool they look, you just don't see that in a mobile game. This one is my favourite and I can't wait to see what it's about. If you want to join in on the action, all you've got to do is go to the link in the description. It's completely free, but you've got to be quick, as using my link will give every new player an exclusive welcome pack that contains 50,000 silver, 50 gems, 5 mystery shards, 1 energy refill, 1 day XP boost, and 1 clan boss key, including a free champion. That's right, if you click on the link right now, you get the champion Hexweaver for free. You can find all your rewards in the inbox on the top right of your screen. Remember, be quick because this offer ends in 30 days. Download Raid Shadow Legends for free with the link in the description now. I'll see you there. Okay, let's get into it. The shot I want to talk about first, and probably my favourite one, is this shot of Negan. Of course, this is an actual shot we're going to see from his episode in episode 6 called Here's Negan. This is his backstory, unless this is just how he looks in these 6 episodes, because it looks like there's a walker behind him, so this could be just at the start of it when he became the leader of the Saviours. But his hair makes him look exactly like he did just before we met him in season 6. Now, I don't usually like when shows do flashback scenes and they have that actor try and portray like a younger version of themselves, but look how perfect this is already. I mean, it's just a close-up shot, but you know, before the time jump, before season 9, this is how Negan looked. And of course, this was just before the apocalypse started, so years ago, and it looks really good. I think Breaking Bad is an example of a show that their flashback scenes haven't always been great, especially in El Camino, seeing Aaron Paul try and play a 24-year-old version of himself whilst just turning 40. It was quite odd to see, but after all, that's the beauty of acting. And I just think what they've done with Negan here is going to make episode 6 one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead ever. I can just tell it's going to be one of the highest rated because of how close to home Negan's story is for many people. Of course, in this shot here, he's winking at his wife Lucille, who is played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real wife. And the story of Negan and Lucille is Lucille was fighting cancer. In fact, when she lost her battle with it, it was the very start of the apocalypse, and it was the first walker that Negan ever saw, and he couldn't put her down. And so if you're wondering why she's got green hair in this shot, it's because she's wearing a wig because she's lost all her hair to cancer treatment. What's so great about episode 6 being his backstory is it's not just about before the apocalypse or just Lucille. It's about how he rose to power with the Saviours. Now, that could mean the return of Stephen August Simon just to appear, but once again, we don't know if he was there at the very start of it. Dwight wasn't there at the very start of it, so we know that for sure, but we are likely going to see the early days of the Saviours. Now, it's likely going to follow almost to the exact point of his Negan. We might not see every single thing, but at least when he created Lucille the Bat, because a big part of even seeing his wife Lucille is what he did after it, which was make the Bat cope with it. We know Negan's backstory episode is going to consist of Carol taking him on a journey, and him having flashbacks throughout it. Now, it's odd and slightly concerning that Carol's the one taking him out, but if anything, I think this could mean Carol's just saving him. Just think about it with Maggie back, and with Daryl being undecided on it. Negan helped Carol So he could be about to be killed and Carol sneaks him out and takes him on this journey. Now, this journey could consist of things from the past that he's done. So taking him back to the sanctuary or where the lineup happened. Now, Carol wouldn't actually know where the lineup was, she wasn't there, but over the years Daryl could have taken her there or something, because after all, it is where Glenn died. In fact, we know in episode 18, Find Me, and episode 21, Diverge, these are episodes where Carol and Daryl are going to be out on the road. In fact, I'd say episode 18 especially is going to be Carol and Daryl together and revisiting the past a lot. So if Carol is going to be shown where the lineup happened, I think it could happen in episode 18. Now, another thing this journey could be is Carol is taking Negan far away from Alexandria, and it's a place where he wouldn't be able to track back. And this is why I think episode 6 could really just be Negan's final episode until late season 11 or sometime in season 11, or a far-off spin-off. We know Negan Lives, the one-off comic, happened just recently, and it showed us what he was doing just before the 25-year time jump in the comics, before it ended. In this trailer we also see little Hershel, Maggie and Glenn's son. Now, it's actually really nice that he resembles a lot of Glenn from season 1 and 2. He's wearing the cap that Glenn wore when we first met him. Of course, it's not the exact one, but it's resembling it. Hershel is now 8 years old. The only worrying thing about this is the theory of Negan getting Rick Grimes' comic death. Just like Sebastian in the comics, what other kid do we know in the show that would have a reason to shoot Negan, as he did for shooting Rick? It would be Hershel, because Negan wouldn't be in any kind of leading position like ever in the show. And talking of Rick Grimes' comic death, another character we see is Gabriel in the trailer. Now, with Rosita being confirmed not to be in these 6 episodes, I don't think Gabriel could die. However, in season 11, I think he will. It's clear he's losing himself, and we even saw in the table reading he's lost hope. And we first saw in the second half of season 10 that he was changing. He was becoming almost too violent. He was becoming too full of revenge. Whereas the Gabriel we first saw couldn't kill a single walker. Now it's almost like he'd go out of his way to fight. Now, we know in episode 19, One More, it's going to be about Gabriel and Aaron on a supply run, where they run into Robert Patrick's character, right now only known as a rough lone survivor. And here he is. Now, as far as we can tell from the table reading, his appearance is quite shady. Like I said, Robert Patrick is a bigger name, and I don't see him just being some survivor that appears and then just starts being in Alexandria. There's so much more to him, to the point it's creepy. And looking at him right now, he looks like ex-military. So where's he come from to only just appear now and talk to Gabriel? He looks like he's been through a lot. This is a section of the trailer that is for episode 19, and it looks like it's Gabriel and Aaron against a load of walkers. And for a start, it looks great. But I think it's this episode where we're going to be shown a lot of Gabriel's fate. Whether that is just making it to the end of the show or dying. Honestly, I can even see Dwight's comic death, because I don't see Gabriel wanting to be under anyone else's control and to have to trust new people. We're seeing even Ezekiel and Princess don't trust the Commonwealth. So what's Gabriel going to be like when he has to trust these new people? In the table reading, we heard him say he doesn't believe people can go back to how people were. So he'll likely see the Commonwealth as something that won't last, or he won't agree with their new rules and law. This is why I said he wouldn't survive season 10, because since the premiere, he's just been losing himself, he's been falling, and it's getting worse and worse, but it just looks like it's something that's going to happen in season 11. He's going to hit a breaking point and do something stupid, unless it's the arrival of the Commonwealth that brings him back up, but it's just not looking like that at all. And then we see this other shot of the masked man, Elijah. It's funny because when I made the video of breaking it down of who this masked man could be, I should have raised the point more that it doesn't actually matter who it is under the costume in the finale, because it was just some random guy that they got in. The character of Elijah wasn't even cast yet, likely. And so now that he has been cast, we look here and he's shrunk. He looks like he's just been caught smoking at the back of a school. Whoever they had wear the costume in the finale was much bigger, and so now that the actual actor for Elijah is here, he just looks so much smaller. We could have, however, looked at the mask and the outfit, because that's something that wouldn't have changed from after the finale to when they're filming these episodes now. But whoever was under the costume, I do think it was a completely different guy, simply because of how smaller he looks here. I remember I did talk about there possibly being a ponytail in the hood, and I did see people commenting on the legs saying that's why it couldn't be Morgan, but No, we should never really look at who the person is underneath when the character wasn't revealed for the rest of the episode. I just hope they've got a good reason for Elijah wanting to hide his face. I hope it's not, my dad used to wear it, so I'm going to do it all the time. That's some bullshit. If you're wearing a mask like this and covering up, then there's got to be a good reason for it. And I think, of course, we've only seen the actor, but it's likely the actual character is burnt. Or Elijah is a character that could be recognised by another character, and so they make him wear a mask to then reveal himself after. But he doesn't even talk. Maybe he's just really antisocial. And then the last shot of the trailer is Dwayne Jones in his new Commonwealth outfit. I won't lie, when I first saw this, that's what I actually thought. You do get so many people trying to say Elijah is Dwayne, because the actor, it kind of looks like him. People were saying it was Dwayne anyway, before he was casted. Some people are saying Dwayne's middle name is Elijah, so his name's always been Dwayne Elijah Jones, so this is him. Well, if they were going to get Dwayne back, I just feel like they'd use his actual actor. He's not dead. The actor for Dwayne was Adrian Kelly Turner, and if they were going to bring Dwayne back, there is a chance the actor didn't want to do it, because I researched him and the last big thing he did was 2013. He just might not want to be an actor anymore, but would he want to return if they asked him? This could be a recast, and they really could play it off as Elijah is Dwayne's middle name if they wanted to. But I just think Elijah is a new character. But this, however, plays into the whole idea of Michonne's daughter in the comics, who would be getting that role in the show. After Michonne arrived at the Commonwealth, she saw a picture of herself up on a billboard. It was by her daughter. She went into the Commonwealth and was reunited after years. It's been heavily rumoured that Fear the Walking Dead will cross over into Season 11, which by the way is extremely likely. Michonne thought her daughter was dead. Morgan thought Dwayne was dead. He could see his son at the Commonwealth as a soldier. And honestly, this does look like him, but I want to know what you think. Do you think we'll see any older characters returning in Season 11 when the character arrives at the Commonwealth? What do you think is going to happen with Gabriel? And what about Negan's backstory episode? What's this going to lead to with him? Make sure you let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you press the like button. It will help me out and get this video seen by more people. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you check out my other videos. Check out my latest one where we talk about Rick Grimes appearing in the finale for The Walking Dead World Beyond. We've had a few hints to this now, and it suggests we're going to get something to do with Rick. Not just a CRM, actual Rick stuff in episode 10. Episode 9 and 10 are airing together as one big finale, so it's 2 hours, but in episode 10, we should be getting something to do with Rick. And check out this video to get a full breakdown and analysis of the 6 extra episodes in Season 10. We break down the titles and descriptions so that you know what to expect when it arrives. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead and the first to see my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.